Okay, let's talk about concepts and illusions within our chapter called self. Okay, so what exactly are concepts and illusions, and why are they so important to break down, and why are they so useful? They are also extremely useful. See, all this society, okay, is based on concepts and illusions. Why isn't a poor person murdering me for food yet? Or why is a richer person not exploiting me more than he should be? So it is all based on concepts and illusions. There are laws that we create, okay, based on an idea, based on a collective truth, that we decide, okay, we want to create this, we want to create a society, and therefore within the society, these are the laws, and this is what we follow. But they don't exist. So you understand what doesn't exist. For example, government, it does not exist. It's a bunch of people getting together deciding, okay, this is what it's going to be. Right? It doesn't have a real existence. It's not made up of atoms. It's made up of ideas, right? Uniformed organizations, for example, police, army, etc. Right? They don't really exist, but they are backed by truth. They are backed by what exists, and that is false. Okay? Government is backed by force. Uniformed organization is backed by force. Even religion is backed by force. God does not exist as far as we can tell. Religion does not exist as far as we can tell. It is just a bunch of people getting together, and it is that getting together that gives it a realness. Okay, so what exists? Everything that basically has atoms, or at least chemical movements, which is also atoms, right? Body, thoughts, force, suffering, okay? Food, violence, gravity, atoms, feelings, okay? These are all either chemicals or atoms, which is basically atoms, right? So as far as we can tell, these things exist. Now there may be other things that do exist that we cannot feel or that we do not know of, but we should not yet include them in our truth, because that will become an assumption. Well, the moment you make an assumption that okay, this exists and I cannot see it, I cannot feel it, there is no other proof of it, but I just know it, you are blocking your experience. Why is it a good idea to follow the rules of the government or uniformed organizations? If you want to live a peaceful life. If you don't want to live a peaceful life, then it will be backed by what exists. If you break these rules, it will be backed by what exists, and that is force. Okay, and as logic becomes more and more important, right? Religion is breaking down, and eventually these two will also break down. If I'm being very idealistic here, but in many countries, it is completely the public that runs it. Like for example, Switzerland, right? You have referendums for everything. So there are places where even these things, concepts are breaking down. So the stronger existence becomes, the weaker truths become. Let's understand the hierarchy of truths. Lies, okay, are the atoms of concepts. A concept is made up of small lies, right? Concepts are the atoms of illusions. Then you make bigger illusions. You make an idea, okay, that okay, this is a country, that this is a border, and this is where the border ends, and this is where our control ends, etc. And illusions become myths. Myths have all of these within it: lies, concepts, illusions. Okay, so right from Jesus is coming to the rapture, to God, to religion, to everything, all the entire the truth of society or the lie of society is contained in a myth. When you understand this, right, and that what is school about? It is all is teaching you the whole myth. It starts with lies, and it goes to concepts, then it goes to illusions, then it goes to myths, and these things are useful. You must use them in your life like a tool, but do not make them a part of your life. The moment you assume that they are a part of your life, then you will make space for them. Okay, you will remove atoms from your existence to make space for lies that are in your head. Okay, and that is where you will be heavily disadvantaged. So lies, concepts, illusions, myths. That's simple. Alright, so try and understand all these and understand them perfectly and use them to your advantage. The moment you believe them, someone is going to take advantage of you because he is using them to his advantage. It's that simple.